Hi, I'm Padraig. I'm from Gael-Cholaiste Chill Dara. I'm a transition year student and I'm here today in Amber to talk to a researcher about the work she does. Firstly, I should probably start by asking you, what made you choose a career in science?
Well, basically, I just always liked science. I liked science in school, so I decided to do it in university. I liked that, so I decided to do a PhD, and I've kept on working in research. So I wouldn't say I ever had a grand plan to become a scientist. It's just the way it's worked out for me, which has been pretty good.
What exactly is your field of science?
I'm an electron microscopist, which means that I use electrons rather than light to try and see really, really teeny tiny things. I mostly look at two-dimensional materials. So 2D materials, really, really thin. We're talking about a few atoms thick. So if you think of the difference between like a chunky chip and a crisp.
And how exactly does the microscope work?
Well, this is a transmission electron microscope. So what it means is that we're using electrons rather than light. We're shooting really high-speed electrons at a very thin sample and looking at what passes through the sample to get an image of what we're seeing. So you can see on the screen here, we've got these really thin flakes of our material, and actually all these little black dots are all individual columns of atoms.
And what kind of real-world implication does that have for, say, people like me?
So a lot of these materials will be going more and more into really high-end electronics and technology. So for example, you think like your iPhone 6 is really advanced now, but like in a few years you're going to have the iPhone 10. It's going to be like flexible, bendy, you'll be able to scrunch it up and put it in your pocket. It'll be much stronger. It'll be all sorts of, well, we don't know yet, but there'll be all sorts of new applications and properties.
What does the power of science mean to you?
For me, this is actually here in Amber, we have some of the best electron microscopes in the country and some pretty good ones in terms of the world. And for me, that kind of represents the power of science quite well because it allows us to see things that we wouldn't otherwise be able to see. It allows us to understand the world better and hopefully make it a better place. But really, for me, it's that ability to actually see things that we wouldn't see otherwise.
On the world scale, how does Ireland rank in nanoscience?
Ireland is actually a brilliant place to be doing science at the moment. Recently a report came out that said Ireland was 3rd in the world for nanoscience and 6th in the world for material science. So it's amazing for me to be surrounded by such fantastic scientists and people who are doing such world-class work. It's a brilliant place to do science.